Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's the final day of 2025. I cannot believe it. What a year. What a year 2025 has been. I'm so excited to have Gonz and Court here, and we're going to go through everything that has come out for 2025. There was a
Woo!
lot. There was a
Oh
lot of
man, so
shit
much.
that came out. Like,
Mostly
fucking,
kits.
there
Mostly
was
kids.
there was 18 kits that came out. I had to double
Ugh.
check this because
Mm,
a graphic came out earlier last week
hmm
saying there was 20. No, there's
hmm
18.
Yeah, yeah.
We've gone through the list. We've checked it twice. I didn't miss anything.
No.
But I'm excited to be here with you two to talk about kind of The Sims and a
Yeah.
lot of things that happened this year. Obviously, besides all of the releases, we'll talk about more
hmm
about the buyout near the end. But
hmm
yeah, before we dive in, how was your guys' year? Did it live up to everything you wanted?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a pretty fantastic year for me professionally and personally. Obviously a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs in the general world climate, if you will, right? But aside from that, you know, healthy and alive, and that's all really a lot of people can hope for. So yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree.
Yeah, and for me, my son was born at the end of 2024, so I got to spend this year getting to know him. So solace in that, while the rest of the world seems to be in shambles. But yeah, and then in terms of content, it's been great. Gonz
hmm
approached me to start helping him film content, and then
Yeah.
he decided he wanted to start doing long form videos
Mm.
and deep dives into certain townies and certain subjects in The Sims, and it's been
Yeah.
awesome. And we were hoping that we would have a good turnout, and we've had like over
Yeah.
millions of views in all of the
Yep.
videos. So
Yep.
yeah, great time for us, I would say.
For
No, it's
sure. We're killing it.
I'm glad. I'm so proud of you both. Round of applause. Everybody listening to this,
Okay,
round of
you're
applause.
not gonna hype
Finger.
yourself up, Gone,
No,
so I have
yeah, I
to.
feel like hyping myself. Finger snaps all around.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I cannot think of a better way. Let's dive in.
Mhm.
Gons, you actually did the homework and you
Yeah.
actually divided it
As per
by month
usual.
by month. So please, my friend, lead the way.
Yeah.
I love. Wait, 1 second though. We need to say Stassi was like, "I did the homework. It's all good," and Gonz was like, "I did too." And she was like, "Oh no, I got the list. We're good." And then now she's like, "Oh, Gonz, you did the homework. You took over," because she
Yeah.
realized
Right.
Gonz
You know
did it
what?
in
Right. Just
chronological order.
You put it, I had all intentions on doing that today. However, that did not happen.
no, for sure. Yeah. So I think ironically when we start the conversation about 2025, we actually have to start a little earlier at the beginning of the year, sometime around November of
Okay.
last year, right? Because that's when I filmed Behind the Sims with
Hmm.
La Lady Panda, um, and Kayla and Merv and everyone like that, right? So we had a T-Sim or two. Sorry, I was trying to remember everybody that was there. Um, and we filmed it in November, and it came out, I believe, in the beginning of the year, right? That was like the first thing that
It was
occurred,
like
right?
January 12th or
Yeah,
13th or
yeah,
something like
that's
that.
right, that's right. And that was when we dropped the news about the Comfy Gamer kit, right? It was the first three releases of 2025 were the Comfy Gamer kit, which was a collaboration with the Lil Simsy, and then the Secret Sanctuary kit and the Casanova Cave kit, right?
Hmm.
And obviously, one of those kits overshadows the other. I can't tell you how many times I'm watching a stream and people are like, "Oh, let me pull something out of Comfy Gamer or something like that," right? Kayla's kit really trumped those two significantly, which made me really sad because the Secret Sanctuary and the Casanova Cave kit were the closest kits I've ever gotten to like lore, right?
Hmm.
Because the Secret Sanctuary kit was supposed to be like the Bella Goth kit, and the Casanova Cave kit was supposed to be the Don Lothario kit. Um, and they like, for the most part, they've kind of fallen under the radar. I don't really see builders using them all that much or pieces from it all that much. Um, the Casanova Cave kit like sucks. Like that's a bad kit. Like there's like nothing in there. It's like very kind of trashy. I don't think it looks good. But I love the Comfy Gamer kit. I love the IKEA vibes and the nostalgia of that particular kit, which I really liked. And I think it's important to note also that Kayla's kit, the Comfy Gamer kit, wasn't a creator kit, although the idea had already started to brew in the community then and there. But hers was actually just a full on collaboration kit that she released, right? And yeah, I think that's probably I believe that's everything that happened in January. The Behind the Sims event, obviously much bigger than just the four of us that were there. I know a ton of creators were asked to film for the intro segment in like their different languages and everything. I know like Nard was on there. You
Frank.
had English Simmer. Everybody was
Hmm.
part of that. Big events. Which was a ton of fun. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Court, but I think that was also when the big live streams happened, right? Like the Sims
Yeah.
live streams happened
Yeah.
around that time as well. Yeah, that was also a huge ton of fun for a lot of the streamers that were involved in that, which was super cool.
Yeah, it was for the 25th birthday, right?
Yes, that's
They
right.
had they had 25 hours of stream.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the kits when they came out. I
Mhm.
definitely used the Cozy Gamer kit
Yeah.
for, for offices and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
loved the posters and all of the nostalgia. I loved how they really played into like the different, like the social bunny, the
Mhm.
spaceship, like they really went lore heavy on that.
Mhm.
And even with the Casanova kit, there were photos with Don Lothario, and if you checked the different swatches, it was
Yeah,
Don with different women,
different girls.
and
Yeah.
some of them like you wouldn't expect. Like I'm pretty sure Clara Bjergsen is
Yes,
in one of
yes,
them, and
yes,
yeah, it just
yes.
didn't make sense. So it like added to the lore of like who Don is seeing that you aren't aware that he's seeing.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun and kind of his like workout pictures and stuff like that, and him being on like posters and stuff. I mean, that was really fun. It was a really clever kit. It just really didn't have any staying power at that point. You know
No,
what I mean?
and you've said this before. I don't know if you've said it on a podcast, but
Hmm.
usually when they do three
Yes,
kits, it's
yes,
because they like if they did just two, they don't really
hmm,
hold up on their own. So they usually
yes.
do three because they're kind of they don't really have what it takes to stand alone as kits.
Mhm.
That's exactly right, Simmer. So if EA ever releases three kits in a row, that means that they have enough content for two kits. They just want to milk a third one out of you. That's just the reality of
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Because if not, they would just release two of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the straight up the truth about it, right? Um, oh yeah, so yeah, at the end of January, like the very close end of January, we had the creator kits come out,
Hmm.
right? We had the Refined Living Room and the Business Chic kits come out from Pierre Sim and Madeline.
Hmm.
Um, Received very positively, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
they were really good kits. They were really pretty. Now, speaking as a creator, I remember the first thought I had when these kits came out was, how are creators being compensated for this, right? Like that was actually
Yeah.
a thought process that went through my head. There's obviously NDAs, and I would never break any kind of disclosure for anybody like that. I do know, and I could say this very broadly, they do get compensated very well. It is like I would say like if you're a small time creator, you're not Lil Simsy or Karen and Connie, it's a life changing amount of money. You know what I mean? But it's not you're not buying a mansion in the Hamptons either, kind of deal. You know what I mean? So that's I thought that was really cool to learn about. Um,
I was
but
so happy too.
Yeah.
For example, like Madeline, I've
Hmm.
been a Patreon purchaser. I want early access to all of their stuff
Yeah.
immediately as soon as it comes out. And I'm pretty sure I've been a Patreon member for them since like 2020, 2021.
Oh
And
wow.
so to see them like getting paid like EA money now, like I'm so happy for them. And this eventually started happening. I won't go into who because we have a
Hmm.
lot of kits and everything to go
Hmm.
through.
Hmm.
But to see all of these creators that I've been following and
Hmm.
obsessed with for years, get their flowers and get
Hmm.
showcased, it's amazing. I'm really happy for them. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we all got really excited about kind of the possibilities of what this would mean. And I think a very common critique that people got was like, you know, this is just CC. Like, why is this like cost money and stuff like that? But I think people continue to forget that kits really are predominantly for console users, right? Like that was
Mhm.
their intention, their reason for existing. And again, realistically, like I'm not here to like devalue like, you know, what these things cost or what kind of impact they have, but you know, it's meant to be, you know, 4.99. At least they were 4.99. Things have changed, USD. But that was always the low cost, low, you know, stuff that you put in there, right? So yeah, that was their initial intentions. Yeah. But I think that was all of January.
Nope.
Oh, what did I miss?
You
Talk to me.
missed the re-release of Sims 1 and Sims 2,
Ooh,
which
oh,
was
because
January
Oh,
31st.
I'm just kidding.
you're fired, Gon.
I am fired. Yeah, so I got to tell you, it was really funny for me. Now, I'm obviously a big Sims 1 and Sims 2 fan, especially from like a lore perspective.
Hmm.
I think Court and I spend a lot of time in those games whenever we're making our videos, which is frustrating at times because of the how difficult it is to maneuver and navigate. What I loved the most about it, though, was watching every streamer out there, or like the majority of streamers, like playing it and then
Hmm.
like doing it once and then never doing it again because they forgot exactly how brutally horrible The Sims 1 truly is. Like The Sims 1 is an
It's so
unforgiving
bad.
game. It is an
Yes.
absolutely unforgiving game. You can't take two steps without your needs tanking into like nothing, you know? Like it is just the worst experience in the world, you
I
know?
have literally just tried to keep a sim alive
Hmm.
while I'm waiting for something else
Hmm.
to happen,
Hmm.
and it's the most trying thing ever. I feel like such a failure. Like I really think like looking after like a full-fledged animal and a full-fledged baby is so much easier than looking after one sim in The Sims
Yeah.
1.
No, for sure. No, agreed. It's so punishingly difficult. But again, it was amazing to see that happen. For the longest time, The Sims 1 and 2 were considered to be abandonware,
Hmm.
right? Which from like a, you know, quasi legal perspective meant that people were like free to download and just install the game themselves and figure it out and everything like that. But the Sims team went ahead and updated it for new hardware, new processors, you know, added widescreen support, etc., and released the games. And it was a great walkthrough through memory lane. I love the commercial that they made for it. It was
Hmm.
a very kind of like nostalgia baited commercial that they did, which I think went around really, really well. And honestly, just amazing to see those games, you know, in circulation. I personally remember saying that it was a miss that they didn't include The Sims 3. I understand
Yeah.
why they couldn't. That's a big ask,
Hmm.
right? But that would have been so much fun because I think The Sims 3 really is kind of like the greatest of the four, you know, like in its scope and size. So I would have loved to have seen that, you know, not even necessarily like hard like high quality or anything because you don't really need to do that. Just like a standalone like $60 version of The Sims 3 with all of the packs that you can just buy and play. That is value for money, in my opinion, right? Because even today, if you wanted to play The Sims 3 with all of the kits, it would still cost you hundreds of dollars. Like
Hmm.
it's not like a reduced price. It is still very much the same price as it was before, and because of that, it is just prohibitively expensive for anybody that really wants to get into it. So that's just the reality of that.
It is. Honestly, I think I got the most excited about seeing 1 and 2 come back
Yeah,
out is I've done a lot of interviews over the
yeah,
years, and there are so many Simmers out there that have never had the opportunity to play
yeah.
Sims 1 and Sims 2 because they were not fucking alive when those games came out. So
Yeah,
it was just really cool to see the Sims 2 cutscenes. Everyone forgot about them. How hard it
I
was to
love
keep
The Sims 2
they're
cutscenes
really
so
cool.
right
much. They're
They're
keeping
so
really
good.
cool.
keeping your Sims alive in Sims 1, how tacky the furniture was. I do appreciate that they try to keep it pretty still scaled to the size,
Mhm.
especially for Sims 1 having that perfect square brings me
Mhm.
so much joy. But
It was
I
also
was
The
problematic.
animations as well in The Sims
yeah
2 are so good. Like
yeah
Yeah.
the cooking is like watching like somebody cook and the
Yeah.
whole animation of
Yeah.
any of the meals, even like grocery shopping and stuff. It's so much better than what we have.
no, it
No,
is.
no, absolutely. No, I
It's
agree.
significantly better. No, no, it will always be better. That's honestly why a
Even
lot of
playing chess,
yeah.
like if you get Alexander Goth to play chess in their house, he gets up and like puts books up
Yeah, he puts
onto the
books on to
chair
say,
because he's
yeah.
not tall enough to reach to play the game of chess. Like it's so
Right.
sweet. They did so
Agreed.
many cute little things that they just
Agreed.
didn't do in The Sims 4.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, do you want to move on to February?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I don't have the actual in-game events on me, so hit me with it. Do we have anything in February? Because I
Oh
have
my
them to
God.
March.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you not do the homework?
I did not do that homework. I didn't do the in-game events.
I literally was thinking, I was like, wait, there was other things. The
Yeah.
only thing that was in February was the Blast from the Past, which
Right,
was
right, right,
which came with Sims 1 and Sims 2. Honestly,
right.
that was the only event that I would have, if I was to ever do an event, that would be
Yeah.
the one because they brought back those
Yep.
classic items from
Yep.
previous versions into
Yep.
Sims 4.
Yeah, they absolutely did. What was interesting is that if you look at the items that were released in Blast of the Past, one of them, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the exact item, but one of them actually had a reference to Skip Broke, which in hindsight I think was probably a call to the fact that an Easter egg to what they were working on with Adventure Awaits.
Hmm.
Expansions tend to take about a year to produce, for those of you who don't know. And it tends to be 2 or 3 teams at a time within EA that are building these expansion packs. So it's very possible that even at this point, they knew that they were going to bring back Skip Broke, and they were like, "Oh, let's just put a reference to him into the item because he's about to come back or whatever." So, yeah, just a fun little thing that came out then and there.
Little Easter egg. But February, that was it, right?
Okay.
It was just, I mean, let's not just say, not that's just it there. There was 5 kits and 2 re-releases of games. That is a lot of content that came
Yeah,
out.
it was. It definitely was.
They needed a break.
They needed a break. Yeah, I think it was honestly a really strong January to begin.
Mhm.
However, I do feel overall, okay? And in fact, we had this conversation on your podcast. I felt like it was a weak January if you take out the releases of The Sims 1 and 2, because
Yeah.
not a lot happened for The Sims 4, right? Like not a lot happened at all. I think people were expecting like an announcement of an expansion pack or something like that, but that didn't happen. And I remember like the final big reveal wasn't I don't think it was the release of Sims 1 and 2. I don't think that was the big final announcement. I think that happened like midway, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think that it kind of, it was like an event that kind of ended with a little whimper, you know, which
I
again, go ahead.
recall. Oh, I was just gonna say, I recall going back to when
Mhm.
Little Simsy like acknowledged the release of the Cozy Gamer Kit.
Yes.
How they did that was kind of just last minute, like it. I don't know. I felt like marketing kind of dropped the ball a bit when it came to launching any of the 5 things in January. Like it was just kind of
Yes.
like, by the way, we're doing this.
Mhm.
And then they wouldn't really talk about it. It didn't get hyped up. It wasn't like all over social media.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really do a great job of that. And then
Yeah.
they kind of overkilled the marketing with the February Back to the Future, sorry,
Blast from the
Blast from the
past. Yeah.
past.
Blast from the Past. There
Yeah,
we go.
and that was honestly, I think that was the biggest surprise for me too. Going back to the conversation, you had an event that featured Emmett Revelart, literally from The Sims 3, right?
Mhm.
You're telegraphing something related to The Sims 3, and then it turns out to be nothing.
Yeah.
Just a little Easter egg of a Sims 3 major character from Into the Future just hanging out in the game. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Like it made me sad. I wanted
Yeah, I
Sims
thought
3.
they would be launching like a futuristic world or something, or
Yeah.
that like it was some kind of Easter egg into
Yeah.
something bigger, but it wasn't.
Agreed. Yeah.
Agreed.
Made me sad, Panda.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, moving
Sorry.
into that, we got to no, you're good. We
No,
had business and hobbies.
Business and hobbies was March.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was very excited for
Yeah.
that expansion pack. I literally build businesses. That is, if I have to build, that is what I build. And the fact that
It
it was there,
revolutionized the game. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It
like
was
I
it
loved
yeah.
Nordhaven, and
Hmm.
yeah, like I appreciated the world
Hmm.
and everything. But even if you didn't appreciate that, the
Hmm.
whole revolutionizing the UI for businesses in itself was worth it as a pack.
Yeah, it was one of those it's one of those tentpole packs, like kind of like seasons and cats and dogs that you kind of need to get,
Hmm.
right? Um, and the only thing that made me sad about the small business system is that it didn't replace anything. And what I mean by that is like you had the small business system, but then you still had restaurants, you still had veterinarians, you still have, and all that's just sitting there, right?
Yeah.
And it's not evergreen. Like it's not constantly being updated. Like it would have felt better if they would have said, no, we're revamping the whole system.
Hmm.
Um,
Consolidate.
there's not going to be like a retail spot anymore. There's just going to be the business system, and you put that on any lot, and you can set up whatever business you want, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the most disappointing thing. However, this was the pack that started to do like the tradition of like deep cut lore characters into their expansions. I don't think anybody was expecting characters from Herb's Sims in the City from the GameCube and PS2 to be featured so heavily within Nordhaven. Um, I believe it was Cannonball Coleman,
Yep.
Crispin Black, and Grandma Hattie. I believe
Yep.
were one of the, and then the child of or the ward of Crispin was actually the son, or sorry, the child of another character within Herbs as well, right? So lots and lots of Herbs references, which again, super weird since that game was a colossal failure. A fun game, don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
Herbs is an amazingly fun game, but it was a failure. Oh, separate note, and I know I tend to get off topic. Did you guys know that the Herbs was meant to be a whole like series spinoff? Like
What?
EA low key was like, guys, the Herbs is going to be the new thing. It's going to be this thing that's just going to catapult itself into its own. And it was because listen, in the Herbs, they never refer to a sim. They're called Herbs. Like they were so certain that Herbs Sims in the City was going to do amazing because they had the black eyed peas in it, and they were like, this is going to do amazing, and it fucking flopped. Like it flopped so hard in comparison, right? So that never went anywhere. Unfortunately, never went anywhere. But seeing them back in Nordhaven was incredible. I liked how I liked a lot of, there was a lot of lore in it. A lot of lore in it. I really liked
And
it.
your
Yeah.
favorite townie of all time was created.
Oh,
Trashly Real Person.
Trashly Real Pearson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Trashly is Bay. Like I love Trashly. They stand out like a sore thumb. They, you know what they are? They're this era's like llama cheerleader. You guys remember like in The Sims 3, the llama cheerleader would just appear at every new household to like give you a random ass gift. That is exactly what Trashly is, because Trashly is almost always in the welcome wagon, regardless of which world you're in, and they just literally pop up out of nowhere, and it's the most disorienting thing I could possibly think of, right? But it was a really, I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I was a big supporter of businesses and hobbies, and it made me really excited for like the next upcoming packs. Um, People said that it could have been a game pack, like the small business system could have been a game pack. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like there was a lot in there,
I
but
loved the
maybe.
build buy stuff as
Hmm.
Yeah.
well, like the architecture, the roof aspects. Like they had those, oh, I'm totally spacing at what they're called now, but those like tall decals that you can put on top of your roofs, and
Oh
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah,
That
I was,
dude.
as an architecture buff, I'm really mad at myself that this word is not coming to me right now. But
There you
yeah,
go.
I thought that was definitely a standalone expansion pack
Mhm,
architecture wise. It was so
mhm.
like modern meets,
Yeah,
old architecture. I was a big fan of that. And I
agreed.
really liked the relationship dynamics
Yes.
within the lore too. Like there
Yeah.
were these rival families
Yeah. I love that a lot. Yeah.
over what kind of cookies are
It was
they?
it was a
Jelly bean?
jelly, like a jelly worm cookie or
Or
something like
I
that.
think they're called jelly bean cookies.
Jelly bean
And
cookies. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
there was like
Stupid,
a
so stupid.
whole like broad like battle about it. It was so cute.
Agreed, agreed. It was super dumb.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so then obviously into April we
No,
had the creator
no,
kit. Oh,
no,
oh,
no,
what
no.
else would you have? What did I miss? What did I miss? Hit
You
me. You're
missed.
okay. You drive. You drive.
Thank you.
What did I
My
miss?
Sims was on PC that came out March 18th.
Okay, we keep talking about things that don't matter. Got it. Understood.
Oh my
All
God, shut the fuck up.
right. Okay. All
I
right. So
said
yeah, no.
everything that came out
Dad,
for The
stop
Sims this
fighting.
year. If we're talking about events, we're talking about other games. Okay, if we're
Yeah,
gonna talk
fair
about the
enough. Fair
board
enough.
game in July, we have to talk about the other stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, so My Sims obviously that was an unexpected release. Fantastic series of games.
Get buttered.
Unfortunately, get buttered. Unfortunately, I think that it's a little nostalgia coded because they were made for children.
Hmm.
And I think it's fair to say that the demographic currently of the Sims community is not children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's adults. So there was a lot of nostalgia into it, but there definitely wasn't any new players looking to play My Sims for the very first time. Very slow, very childish. So again, if you want to play an old game from your childhood, by all means go ahead, but it wasn't anything too revolutionary. But they went like full into it. Like throughout this year, they released My Sims on everything.
Yeah.
I think that my Samsung refrigerator can currently play My Sims. I think it rivals Skyrim in its releases. That I no for real though. It's currently out for the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the PC. It's out for mobile as well. Like the amount of effort that they put into like getting this game out is impressive considering nobody is playing it. So got to give it
Agreed.
to them on that.
It's
But
for
yeah,
the 5 fans out there that asked for
exactly,
it. It's
exactly,
for you
exactly,
guys.
exactly,
Okay, but
exactly.
April, we got 2 kits. We got the
Yes,
sleek bathroom kit and the sweet allure
yes.
kit. Both good
Yeah.
kits.
Yeah, so those were the creator kits. Honestly, I thought Sibluette's kits were beautiful. Really pretty items. Uh, s- A Hair's Double O Brittany's kits were pretty. There was some drama here, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Yes.
I think the problem was that A Harris Double O Brittany did something very common in the CC community, which was like a texture swapping kind of deal, where you would take like a existing texture and you would like redo it, you would revamp it, and then you would re-release it. And apparently that's something that A Harris Double O Brittany did, and that pissed off a lot of people on Sims Twitter. Like Sims Twitter got really, really upset and kind of went into them really freaking hard about that. And that was sad to see. I understand kind of both sides, not to like both sides of the conversation or whatever, but
No.
I kind of understand where they're coming from. So can't blame them there.
No,
So yeah,
no, you cannot.
yeah,
But that was April.
yeah.
Yeah. May, we start off strong. What 3 kits that nobody remembered was coming out, which was on the roadmap until like two
Yeah.
days before. I think the Sims forgot too. Because everyone's like, are you
Yes.
still having kits come out? And then they're like, oh shit, we didn't submit the homework. Yes.
I think at
Yeah.
this point we started to really feel the kit fatigue if you hadn't felt
Yes.
it already.
Yes.
But yeah, it started to get to a point where it's like, this is excessive. What is
Yes.
going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. So once again, we had the dreaded 3 kit dilemma, right? So we had the restoration workshop, we had the golden years, and then we had kitchen clutter.
Yep.
And again, the standout crap one was golden years. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
It was the Kaz kit, but like, who wants that? Like realistically, who wants that, right? The kitchen clutter kit was beautiful. I loved the refrigerator with like the magnets in front of it. I thought that was great. It was very cottagecore, right? And I loved the little basket that you can order groceries from. I thought that
Yeah.
that was amazing. That really was the standout. I remember being disappointed with Restoration Workshop because it did have a fridge, like a 50s era kind of fridge that you could like. It came like a grungy version and then like a cleaned up version.
Yeah.
And then it had a bunch of shelving, but they weren't actual shelves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like which that really pissed me off. Like that made me really angry when I saw that on stream. But I like the color, I like the style of it. Agreed. No one ever talks about it nowadays, but I will say that fridge from Kitchen Clutter gets used in damn near every single build I see online. If they have a child, that freaking fridge is on there in some capacity, I promise you. So
Dude,
stand out.
when it came to golden years, this was my theory the whole time. Everyone for years is like, we want more seniors, we want more
Yeah,
things to do with seniors, and
yeah,
they get so fucking close, they'll give a shit, and then
right,
but it cuts out halfway through, and everyone's like, let's do a golden year. Let's get like another from
right,
45 to 110. Let's get someone in their 70s, and they're like, sure, we'll give you golden years. We'll give
right.
you fashion. Okay,
Exactly.
we gave it to you.
We'll give you
Bye.
Well,
high
they
rise
didn't
pants.
really do fashion. Like they were so half-assed with it. Like I
Yeah.
remember looking at the outfits and like there was I think there was like no shoes or something. Like
No,
there was
yeah, that yeah.
something.
I think there were galoshes, but that's it.
Oh
Like
yeah,
mud
like
boots. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like I just think if you're
Mm.
going to do that, like be about it. You know what I mean? Like it felt like they
Yeah.
just kind of were like, okay, we're gonna do a kit. Like let's
Yeah.
do one or two of everything, kind
Yeah.
of. And
Yeah, I think
yeah,
people
like
people were like, how come there aren't like
Yeah,
wheelchairs and like canes
walkers.
and stuff like that,
walkers.
walkers? Yeah, agreed.
I understand why
Agreed.
they can't really do that. They struggle
Yeah.
with the animations for it, but
Yeah.
A new lifespan, just
Yeah.
put something that, instead of high-waisted pants that no
Agreed.
one's going to wear.
Agreed.
Yeah. But that's
they look
May.
great on hipsters too. It's not
They
just
did, they did
for
though. They did for real.
old people.
June was a
Yeah.
quiet month.
Yes.
Yes, the only thing I saw was Nature is Calling, which literally was like the last
Yes.
day of June.
Yeah, so Nature's Calling was announced, and I think at that point, it had been speculated that we were going to get fairies.
Hmm.
There was a lot of rumor mills happening, and it was clear from like the Nature's Calling event that that was a for sure thing. And yeah, again, I gotta say with these like login award rewards and the login events and stuff like that started coming out, I am not a fan. I am just
No.
realistically not a
Me
fan.
either.
I don't like timed content. I think that that's gross.
Hmm.
I think that The Sims is moving towards a live service
Yeah.
model, which is basically like feed limited time content, kind of like Fortnite does,
Hmm.
right? And I really think that that's the goal moving forward. And I think it's just disappointing, but I understand like the monetary aspect of it. But yeah, not a fan of the events.
Neither am I. It's
And I don't think there was
pointless.
anything good in it. I don't remember. I think there was like a rock. I
Oh,
think
was that when you could get the fairy? No, you couldn't get the
it was like a
fairy.
bathing suit, like a
Yeah.
green, like it was like a grass bathing suit and then a rock.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did like that. I ended up using them
Yeah.
for like the fairies and stuff.
Right.
Okay, but yeah, for sure. I forgot.
Yeah.
Already forgot about it.
Exactly. But then of course we had Enchanted by Nature, right? That came out July. And that okay, so listen. In hindsight, I can say that really should have been a game pack, right? Like there wasn't a lot happening there as far as like, features are concerned. Um, if you were to compare it to like werewolves and vampires and Realm of Magic, it feels kind
It
of the
is. It's
same.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know
you're
what I
right.
mean?
It is more
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah,
do they even do they do game packs anymore? Like when's the
No,
last
they
time
don't.
you
So that's the thing.
Last
That's the
year.
thing.
Last year was
Yeah,
the last
last
game
year was the
pack.
last one. Um,
Yeah.
but again, every occult, with the exception of Island Living, has been a game pack,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You're right.
And I feel like in order to make it an expansion pack, they had to add a lot of stuff to it that made it stupid. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of non-fairy stuff in
Hmm.
there that could have been something completely different. And I think we lost a lot of like the focus because of it. Like imagine if like the werewolf game pack came out and it included a world where like only some people are werewolves and then over here are people who just really like trees. That's why they're there, because they really like trees, right? Like it doesn't make sense, right? So I would have appreciated, and again, you have this world of Inniscreen, which is a beautiful world, right? And then you just have this small, tiny little bitty neighborhood for fairies, like this. It's literally a circle area, and that's all you get, right?
Hmm.
And I thought that was disappointing. I will
The
say,
tree
though,
lot though, the tree
yeah, the
lot
tree
is
lot was
amazing.
amazing. I will say that it was a beautiful world. The CADS was beautiful. The build by was beautiful. Fairies are great. The lore was exceptional. Again, we saw
The
the
lore
return of
was.
characters from like Making Magic, and The Sims 2, and just fantastic amounts of lore in that pack. But I think a lot of people, after they hyped, like everyone wanted fairies, and then they came out, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. Do people still play with fairies? It was like the whole horse thing. We
Yeah.
got horses. Does anyone still play with horses?
No, no, they don't.
No.
It
And
was
now
it
the
was a
summer
flash in the
dreams
pan.
appear everywhere.
They
They're
do. They pop
always
in everywhere. Everywhere they are.
yeah.
Oberon is such a hoe. Every single place, for sure.
He is. I did love the stories though
Hmm.
that you get through
Yeah, the
talking
little
to the
rumors, the fairy
characters.
tales. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love those.
Yeah,
Those are
and
great.
they had started doing that with like the San Sequoia pack and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and cottage living, where
Hmm.
if you go talk to the townies, you start to get more gossip and stuff, and you can get more lore. And felt like they did a
Hmm.
really good job. I loved the Bob and Eliza story and the
Hmm.
Nancy and Malcolm story,
In
or sorry,
my
Nancy
Yeah,
Joffrey
in
story.
my video, right, when I talked about this, I said that I was so excited because they had introduced like a notebook feature, which
Mhm.
was a feature that like put all your lore into this fancy little notebook. And I was like, this is gonna be amazing. Future packs are gonna like
Yeah.
use this, and like it's gonna no future pack has used that. Like,
No.
speaking from the future, nothing goes in there. Nothing since then goes into that stupid book. It's like, why did you do it?
Yeah.
It's like the other teams were like, nah, can't even bother. It
Yeah.
was a really disappointing miss, and this is kind of what I mean about not updating features. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
Yeah, I
that
think
was
people
that was July.
expected almost like a Sims 2 memories
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
with that notebook, and it just didn't. Again, they promised something and then it was just disappointment again.
exactly. Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So what's next? What happens? What else happens in the year?
Okay, so we also have July. We also have the board game.
Ooh,
The
yes.
Sims
So the
board game
Sims
came
board
out in
game. Yes.
July.
Made by Goliath Games. It's funny, when I heard about it, I thought like, this is nonsense. How do you make The Sims into a board game? This is ridiculous. I remember saying that on my live and everything. Like, I was like, whatever. And then I got to play it, and honestly, it's a super fun game. Like, it is a hilariously fun game. It is it's kind of like Catan meets the game of life kind of thing.
Okay.
And it is so much fun. Like, you don't need to know anything about The Sims to play it. It kind of uses the concept of like need management and like traveling to different places, and like I thought it was a ton of fun, and I know a lot of people who have played it have said the same thing. But again, just in this world, in this era, in this modern era, like, when do you have five people in a room to play a board game with nowadays, realistically? All right, but you live in the before times in Canada. All right, so that's a little different. We don't do that in
Oh,
the
shut the fuck up.
US.
Look what you're talking about. Goddamn America. Every
We
every time the orange man opens his mouth, it just rolls back at
exactly.
remind us
That's why
back
we all
50
we all
years.
exactly we all hide in our homes, praying
Speaking
that it
of
ends.
specifically Canadian
Mm,
things, there's the
mm,
show called This Hour Has 22 Minutes,
mm.
Yes.
and they made fun of settlers of Canada, and it was like you
Ugh.
couldn't play until you owned your own hockey team.
I love
That's
that.
actually
Oh my
pretty
god.
good.
Oh god.
That is quite good. See, I hope to own it
Mm.
one day.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things from the board
Hmm.
game community.
Hmm.
People like it. That's all I can say.
For sure.
For anyone who's listening who plays board games, it has a very low weight, and what that means it's really easy to pick up. So I think
Exactly.
it was, when I looked at it today, it was a 1.53, which is very low at a scale of
Mhm.
5.
Yeah.
So it's a very easy game, from what
Yeah.
I could
Agreed.
tell. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, and it's funny because when I first looked at the rules and I started playing, I was like, oh, this is simple. This is no problem, right?
Mhm.
And then after my first playthrough, I was like, wait, there's strategy here. So like, easy to play, but then you can strategize on top of it. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
I hope they do like some form of a legacy game. I think that would be
Oh,
a
that
lot
would
of
be
fun.
fun.
That would be
be
fun.
fun.
Yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay. Also in July,
Mhm.
we did have an event
Mhm.
for hotties that play The Sims. That
Oh
is
yeah.
when they had, I can't remember everybody that was there. that did that,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure it also Nard was did some event. I don't
Oh,
remember
so you're
what.
talking about in DreamCon, right? That was in
DreamCon!
Yeah.
DreamCon.
That
Yes,
was
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
DreamCon.
Yeah, so
Thank
And
you.
Megan the
it
Stallion.
was Megan the Stallion,
Yep.
Ebonics,
Yes.
and I forget the third one. I'm so sorry. I forget her name. But she was the one who was actually driving the game
Hmm.
when they did that. And I listen, and Nard was there also doing his thing. He had a stream as well. Or not I don't know if he streamed or if he was just there. I forget. But I remember watching that stream, and it's so funny because like Doja Cat streamed The Sims, and you could tell that Doja Cat was like a simmer for real, right?
Yes.
And Megan Super wasn't. Megan was just there to have a good time.
Yes. And T-Pain became a fairy.
Oh yeah.
That was also in July.
Yes, that's right. So the T-Pain stream was catastrophic. And the reason I say that is because it was probably the most interesting like amount of time I've ever watched anything happen,
Hmm.
because not only did he sit there and just rag on the Sims nonstop, like he was like, why is this, why, like he trashed it like crazy. Then he announced his hairstyle months before it was supposed to come out, which he wasn't supposed to do. Like on the stream, he was literally like, "Yeah, we have I did it like a hairstyle with the Sims team." I don't know if I was supposed to talk about that. It was such a colossal train wreck that they pulled that live stream from everywhere. You cannot find it. That's how bad it was. Now,
Amazing.
much love to T-Pain, amazing artist, hilarious entertainer,
Yeah.
was not the right move.
No. Nope. Nope, it was not.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta speed run this because we are
Yeah, let's do
running
it.
out of time. Okay, we are
Let's do it.
in August
Hmm.
now, and we had two kits: the
Yes.
grunge mudroom kit and the essential glam.
Yeah, so Peacemaker and Cryptic Sim, right? So everyone was expecting the Peacemaker kit. Like that was something that we were all really stoked about. I thought that it was a surprising boring decision by Peacemaker, in my honest opinion. Not to criticize his kits at all. Like I thought they were beautiful. But I thought that they didn't really get a lot of utility
Hmm.
from me or from people that I know. Americans don't, or at least like not all Americans have a mudroom. That's probably a very northern thing that happens. But like, I don't even know what a mudroom is. That where you store your used mud? Like, I don't know what the purpose of those are because we don't have things like that.
Clearly, he
Right?
doesn't walk out in the snow and then have
Yeah,
to go into a
yeah,
room.
clearly he doesn't have a
Disrobe.
mudroom.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, exactly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Essential Glam kit, that wasn't the one that added like the shiny stuff to the face, right? That was something separate.
No, that was
Right.
fairies, I
That was
think.
Fairies.
fairies. Yeah, yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use Cryptic Sims kits that much myself. I'm not really, you know, even though I wear makeup, I don't play with like really makeup fashiony Sims for the most part. So if you guys have any feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. But
Those new
Sort of-
NPC characters are going to look better than ever, though, with
yeah, they are.
their winged eyeliner,
Exactly.
smoky
exactly.
eyes.
Exactly.
All right,
And
next.
and then
Mhm.
September, I
Yes.
have is an event, Forever Friends.
Oh, the Forever
Oh,
Friends.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. So at the very beginning, I don't think we knew about the return of imaginary friends yet. We might have.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure. But that was a really problematic event for me. It was really difficult. It was really buggy. People were concerned about how to do it. There was like a lot of things happening there. But obviously, you know, it was all kind of leading into Adventure Awaits. You know, that was
Yes.
the big thing, right? Um, and I think it's fair to say that Adventure Awaits is probably the best expansion pack The Sims 4 has ever released. I think that's fair to say.
Mhm.
It is a colossally impressive expansion pack. Like, not only is the world beautiful, the lore is beautiful, the build by was absolutely incredible, the Kaz was incredible, the system that they built in, like the actual like
Getaway
vacation
system.
getaway
Yeah.
system or whatever was absolutely tremendous. It really changed how streamers stream The Sims. and and the imaginary friends, obviously you can't go away from doing that. They're so fun. I love to do that. Like, I love to see what people do with them. And they change the gameplay so much. It's such a great. It was one of those capstone expansion packs that, sealed the deal for me about how good these things are.
Yeah, and they did a good job representing New Zealand as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Even though they'll claim forever that it wasn't directly inspired, even though it's
It's
fucking New
100%
Zealand.
inspired.
Yeah.
It's New Zealand.
I just don't think they want to get into like hot water, especially because the pack failed at representing indigenous people in
Yes.
in Asia Pacific, and I think that was a disappointment. But that's not a fight for me to have. But that was a real disappointment. So yeah.
Very fair. And the only remaining thing that came out in October was a kit that literally no one asked for.
The
So
autumn
it's
apparel kit,
Autumn
right?
apparel.
Yeah, no one asked for it.
Nobody
That
fucking
came out of
asked for
nowhere.
that.
Yeah,
I literally had just finished a podcast with Jude,
Yeah.
and we were talking
Yeah.
about like, what the fuck are we gonna do now? What is left of EA Shambles? She's like, Stas, a new kit's coming out. I was like, fucking shut the fuck
so
up.
it was
No
really
way.
funny. So they announced the potential buyout a
Yes.
couple of weeks before this, or a couple
Yes.
days before this.
It was a
right?
couple days.
Yeah.
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 It
So
was
like,
September 28th. I can
Exactly.
tell you exactly what day it was because it was the day my Adobe renewed, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm stuck doing this for another year."
exactly. So
Yeah.
that was the big thing, and obviously this kit coming out just kind of like got overshadowed completely. Like no one was talking about it. No one wanted to focus on it. There were much greater conversations to be had.
Yeah.
And I think that
Manifesting the failure of the buyout.
Yes.
I think it's worth talking about that now.
Yeah.
About the buyout. So there's been a lot that's been said about it. I think talking about right now, right? At the time it was announced that a potential deal had been struck to purchase the existing shareholders of EA, which is a public company, to become a private company that is currently owned and managed predominantly by Jared Kushner's Silver Lake, as well as partners within the PIF, which is Saudi Arabia's bank arm, effectively the Saudi Arabian government, right? So obviously when that news came out, it was huge backlash. But there was a lack of temperance in regards to like actions that people were taking. You had people claiming that it had already been sold when it hadn't. It had been there's a lot of process that needs to go through for it. Only just recently actually did we hear that the shareholders have agreed to the buyout, right? So the shareholders have all agreed to the buyout, which means that it's now going to move into financial review by the government, and also the banks in question. So a lot can happen between then and now. But I think that, and I retain this thought to this day, is that this world isn't clean, right? Everything is in some way, tainted in blood in some capacity. And at the end of the day, you need to choose to ask yourself, like, what do you want to do to keep yourself happy? You do whatever makes you happy. And I'm not going to judge anybody unless they're out actually doing the thing. I'm going to let people live their lives. You know what I mean? Like that's my position, and I'm going to hold it. But yeah, we just don't know. To this day, we don't know what's going to happen. It seems likely that it's going to be sold, right? So it'll join the ranks of like Spotify and Nintendo and all these other companies.
Warner Brothers, Netflix,
Warner Brothers,
Paramount,
Netflix,
Skydance, HBO.
Yeah, it's just ByteDance.
We can keep going, right?
TikTok, Facebook, Meta, like it's just gonna join all these other conglomerates. I know that a lot of people think like there's two camps, right? The first camp is EA is going to like sell out and like remove all of its diversity and inclusivity. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. It is not in their interest to lose money like that. The second camp simply is I don't want to support a company that supports the atrocities of another government. That's fair. Do you?
Yep.
That's all I can say. Do you?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
The only
totally
thing
fine.
I want to piggyback on that
Yeah.
is, like you said, like whatever
Mm.
makes you happy,
Yeah.
go be happy. Don't
Yeah.
judge anybody who
Yeah.
wants, but you don't need permission to go play a new game. Go
Right.
play a new game.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Go
Yeah.
go create new
Yeah, you're
content.
seeing
That's
a
not The
lot
Sims.
of
Yeah.
protesting through what people are choosing to do as well, and that is
Correct.
playing different games. And
Yeah.
Right.
I think people can protest through action as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Agreed.
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 Okay. We shall move on.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I think we talked about November. We're down to December,
Mm-hmm.
which is our three kits. Two make absolutely no fucking sense. I still think it's a fever dream. I don't think they're
Sure.
real. And
Sure.
obviously, I'm talking of the SpongeBob
The
kits.
SpongeBob kits. Yeah,
Makes
yeah, yeah.
no sense.
I hate them as much as you do.
I
No,
thought
I
it was
don't.
a
I really
fucking
don't.
joke. I
So
was like,
so
I was like,
here's
so like
yeah.
they literally jumped
Mhm.
the shark with SpongeBob.
No,
Like
no,
that.
no. So have we all collectively forgotten about Katy Perry's Sweet Treats? Have we all just forgotten about that? We're just gonna pretend
No.
like that didn't
No.
happen. No. But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. All right, Paramount
Mhm.
has spent billions
Oh,
of
yeah.
dollars to push SpongeBob everywhere.
Yep.
You've got that one song by the Whoever at this point.
Ice Spice.
Whoever. And then you have
She's going to
you
be in The
have-
Sims next year.
yeah, exactly. And then
100%.
you have the Burger King meal, and I think
Krabby Patty meal.
yeah, and then there was like other ones everywhere. Like they've listen, all right. If I was EA and Paramount was like, "Yo, we'll give you millions of dollars if you make a kit for SpongeBob," I'd be like, "Bet, let's fucking go."
Yeah.
Right? Do I think that it was like unethical or fucked up? No. I mean, I don't. You have
Make
to understand.
cute kids' bedrooms. Like, it's
So they are.
Yeah.
If you take out all the pieces that aren't like with a big SpongeBob face on them, very cute kit, right? Very very cute kit. Now I think I remember. Now I didn't notice this while I was streaming, but I remember watching Lil Simsy's stream, and she was talking about the quality of like the things with SpongeBob's images on them, and they were really bad. Like you could even tell like the art, like the artifacting on like the sides, as if it was like a really
Pixels.
poorly done cut
Yeah.
or whatever, right? So there's an argument there, but like the actual kits themselves, like the pieces I thought were cute, super cute. Like I really liked it.
I do think it should have been one pack for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more expensive
Yeah.
because it would have been a larger
Yeah.
kit. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was
Or
at the
a
end of the
stuff
day.
pack. Or do one stuff
Yeah,
pack. I'm
exactly.
just saying.
yeah.
I think it was ultimately. I think it was ultimately more expensive because they had to pay licensing to
licensing.
Paramount. That's
Yeah.
just the reality of it. That's just what it is. So,
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
last but not least, my favorite kit of the year was
Yeah.
Prairie Dream Set.
Perry James set, you like that one a lot?
Nico.
Yeah,
Nico,
you know
yeah.
what? It was pretty. During my stream, I remember laughing because I thought it was supposed to be like a decades inspired kind of deal, and there was so much like goth girly like underwear and like stockings and stuff like that. Did you see that? I think you need to deep dive into that kit because it's kind of down bad. I'm like
It
for
was
real,
a-
for real.
Yeah, I would say it was more modern.
It's
looking,
modern.
Like, yeah.
Modern. Okay, we're on two
It's-
different pages then.
It's more modern. I love Miko.
No,
I,
it's
yeah,
it's
it's
again,
a
beautiful.
modern
beautiful.
prairie.
as
Yeah.
a Patreon fan, I've been supporting Miko forever. So
Beautiful,
Me
yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah.
but
we've
listen,
both been
if you
obsessing
look-
with
if you-
Nico since 2021.
If you look at the images that they put out for it, you expect like farm life and like, Little House on the Prairie, not like,
Yeah.
you know, just baddies in their fishnets and chokers. Like that's not what I expected when I saw it. All right, because that's what came
was
out.
kind of fun having friends that got to participate in the different like the
Yeah.
packs or the kits,
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
well as like Danielle builds getting to
Yes.
build for
Yes.
Adventure Awaits. You learn through your friends how much parameters they have to work with when they're
Ooh,
making
yeah.
these kits and making
yeah.
these builds, and
Yeah.
something that they would usually sign their name to that they're putting out as custom content or putting
Yeah,
out as their own builds, EA restricts them to the point where it doesn't look as amazing as work that they would normally put out. And that's
agreed.
just the
Yes,
reality.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, kids, that's everything. That's 2025 I mean,
Oh my goodness, so many kits.
there's so many kits, 18 kits to be fact. I mean, there's a couple other things that Daniel mentioned. Obviously a lot of merch that has come out
Yeah,
throughout the
we did get a
year.
lot of merch. Yeah.
The TwitchCon meetup in October.
TwitchCon was great. I loved being there and experiencing that event. It was incredible to see so many Sims fans together in one place. Got to meet a ton of amazing creators, and it was honestly so much fun. I took so much swag. I took like so. Let me tell you a little story that I don't think anybody has talked about to this day, but I'll tell it real quick.
Don't get
So
fired by
no, I'm
EA.
not.
Don't
I'm not gonna get fired. So at the actual like booth, right? Sims Guru Ninja was passing out like game codes, right? Like literally like cards with game codes on them, right? And he was just passing them out and then like placing them on the booth area, like all around, right? And when I realized what happened, like I was with a couple of other creators, and I won't name drop, but I was with a couple of other creators, and I asked Sims Guru Ninja, I was like, "Are these Adventure Awaits game codes?" He's like, "Yeah, they're a bunch of codes." And I just looked at all of them, and I just started running around collecting game codes, like literally just grabbing the cards and like grabbing like, because I was like, I'm gonna give these away, which is absolutely what I did. I just ran around the booth, just like putting cards in my pocket, and they all followed suit. You just suddenly saw a bunch of creators just like running around grabbing.
Okay,
game
Robin
codes.
Hood, don't get fired.
Right?
Oh, but it was so fun. It was
Well,
so fun.
are
Oh,
what are your guys' hopes for 2026 for The Sims, if you have any?
Manifesting the failure of the buyout.
Yes.
honestly, for me, it's right now there's a lot of questions as to the fate of the Sims franchise, right?
Yeah.
And I really want to see what happens. I
Okay.
really want to see what happens. Like I'm hoping for a positive, um, a positive announcement. I believe I saw on a community post on Reddit that they were going to make some kind of announcement in January. So I'm actually really excited to see what the future of The Sims holds. So we'll
Fingers
see.
crossed.
Yeah,
Do
for sure.
do either of you have a New Year's resolution? Do you want to share with us?
Uh,
200,000 subscribers on YouTube is my goal.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think we can make that happen. Court, do you have one?
yeah, just another great year with my son, and then hopefully more success for Gonz's videos because his success ends up working out for me too.
For sure, for sure.
There you go. I would say 2026 is my final year of filming, so I want to have
Yeah,
the best year I could
it's gonna be
possibly
amazing.
have. So
We'll
I'm
be
just,
here.
yep,
Yeah, we'll be here.
2027, the final episode's going to be.
Yep.
So I'm very excited to finally hang up the cat headphones after all this
Yeah.
time.
No.
I still got
We'll
And
miss you.
I got a little time
and,
left.
and it's gonna be Gonz unplugged, right? That's what the end result is.
Oh
That's
my
what's gonna
God.
You know, I actually had 5 people ask to take over my show,
happen.
but obviously it's Gonz because
Exactly.
I literally sent you guys for the last 3 years since we've been doing podcasts together. One of our episodes is always the most listened. So yeah, it will definitely be Gonz Unplugged featuring Stassi. Actually, it might as well just be that's what this podcast is called.
No. Goodness me.
He's the
All
number
right,
one
well,
guy in the group.
Yeah, literally, he's the number one guy in the group.
Exactly.
But anyways, thank you both so much for coming here today. I know you have to go, but a quick plug, where can we find you both?
Yeah, so you can find me on everywhere: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch at Mynameisgonz.
Fantastic. Court, where can we find you?
At the Thedisneysims or on Gonz's streams.
Fantastic. Well, everybody listening to this, I hope you have a great New Year's. I hope 2026 is great. I know the world is very, very dark right now, and I'm hoping for a much brighter 2026 ahead. Anybody listening to this, new episodes every week. All of 2026 will be multiple episodes, completely revamping all the written interview series. So this is your time. You want to get interviewed by me? You got a year to do it. So I want to thank everybody for coming here today and listening to us, and we're manifesting the downfall of the sale, and we can go back to EA and The Sims of what it was back in September. So Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.